How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Recycled Primates, where we are going to check out this, the Ironsmith Designs HeadMic binaural microphone recording system in action on electric guitar, acoustic guitar, and on drums. If you're not aware, Ironsmith Designs is my company, so I designed and built this. It is a functional prototype, just a proof of concept. I've really liked the idea of binaural recording, and I've really been inspired by the Neumann KU100. You know, I think that that's a cool system, and I wanted to see if I could build something similar. So I went over to my workbench over there in the corner of my studio, and I pulled out all the components I had on hand, and I was like, I can build something. I just need the human analog. So I ran to hobby stores and thrift stores, and at a thrift store, I found this cosmology dummy for $20, and I was like, that's the perfect human analog. So I bought it, came home, and in one day built this. Being that it is a prototype, after utilizing it and testing it in a bunch of different capacities, I have determined what the flaws in the system are, and I fully intend on refining this so that I can have a proper final functioning binaural recording system. And once I have that, I will do more in-depth and intentional videos, demos of this, you know, say like just on acoustic guitar. What kind of creative avenues can we open up utilizing this just on acoustic guitars, you know, that kind of stuff. Because like, I knew that having the wig on it would definitely affect the high-end response, you know, on the capsules, but I didn't realize how much it actually would affect it. So there's a lot of really cool aspects to this that open up the, you know, the door to being able to do that kind of stuff. And if you would like to see the video of how I built this, there's a link in the description below. You can jump over to the Ironsmith Designs YouTube channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff over there, and see the video of how I built this. Or you can just stick here, like, share, subscribe, comment, and all that stuff, and see how this functions and what kind of crazy stuff we can get into. All of the songs I do on electric guitar are my personal songs. If you want to hear the full, you know, the full version of those songs, there'll be links in the description below for those. All of the signal chain is in the description below as well. So if you have any questions on that, information's right there. I will forewarn you, these demos are very, very raw. Okay, when you have one mic and you add another one, levels change. When you take stereo mic and you flip one out of phase, width and tilt changes. We have to hear these things to understand where we need to adjust, as well as how something you know, works in an application and in tandem with other gear, so that we know what creative avenues we're opening up and how to apply the gear and tools that we have. So please don't get hung up on things like, oh, this is louder than that. And I mean, I'm sorry, but if you can't hear what's going on because you're getting hung up on some variation in levels, that's on you and your ears, not me. Sorry, not sorry. Anyway, let's get to the demos and jump over to my guitar rigs. Enjoy. Okay, so for this first demonstration, I have the HeadMic 5 feet from the cabinet, aligned to the center of the cabinet and facing the cabinet, and set to my height. So it's representative as if the HeadMic was me standing in front of my amp playing and what that position hears. Now, I do have an SM57 on my speaker cabinet. It's on the top left speaker, which is a greenback, and it is halfway between the center of the speaker and the edge of the cone. And we'll flip back and forth between just the 57, 57 with the HeadMic, just the HeadMic, and then 57 with the HeadMic with one of the capsules in the HeadMic phase flipped. And all the text for this will be on the screen so you know what you're listening to. But let's go ahead and get to the demo. This first song is my song called Skeleton Girl. All right, so for the second demonstration, it's the same exact positioning, but I rotated the head mic so it's facing away from the cabinet and the back of the head is facing towards the cabinet. This is going to obviously darken the top end response a little bit, but otherwise everything's the same. And again, the text of what you're listening to will be up during this demo. We're going to switch songs to another one of my songs called Maleficia. All right, to wrap up the electric guitar demo here, I have the head mic facing the cab again, still aligned to the center of the cab, but I pulled it back an extra foot, so it's 6 feet away from the cabinet with the intention of capturing more of the natural reverberation and natural sounds of this room. And throughout this demo here, it's always going to be 57 in head mic, but for the first half, the head mic is in phase with itself, and for the second half of the demo, the right capsule is flipped out of phase from the left, and I physically shifted the left waveform, and it's slightly behind. It's delayed from the 57, and then I delayed the right capsule behind the actual waveform. I delayed that behind the left capsule, so it's even farther delayed from the 57. And the whole point of this is to try and see if we can creatively create more space or dimension to the guitar sound without using any type of outboard gear or plugins, and just see how cool it might be. In this demo, we're using my song 6 Feet of Ground. Let's get to it. All right, so now we're going to check out the head mic in action on acoustic guitar. I have it 2 feet from the guitar. Because of the limitations of the mic stand, it's about 6 inches higher than me, but essentially as if somebody's sitting across from me listening to me play the acoustic. In tandem with it, I am using the ADK Hamburg 67 T-Fet, one of my favorite microphones to record acoustic guitars with. It is a 67 voice capsule, but because it is a solid-state FET-based microphone, it's really more of like a smooth 87. So love this microphone. We'll bounce back and forth between different types of combinations. There'll be text on the screen so you know what you're listening to. This is not one of my songs. I just wrote it on the fly for this demo to see what type of creative avenues and possibilities we can open up utilizing a binaural recording microphone system with acoustic guitar. So let's get to it. All right, so now we got the head mic 4 feet in front of the drum kit, aligned to where the kick and the snare overlap, and facing the kit. And we're gonna first go with just a head mic, and I'm gonna hit every individual component of the drum set. And then after that, it's going to be head mic and then kick and snare. Even though I have mics on other stuff, they're not connected right now, so it's just going to be head mic, kick and snare when I actually start playing the pattern. So anyway, let's get to it. All right, so now we have the same setup, but the head mic is facing away from the drum kit. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed those demos and really saw how utilizing a binaural microphone system in your studio can really open up the possibilities in creative application and recording your music. Not only in that, but I think that you could do some really cool stuff with sound effects for video games and Foley for film and stuff like that. So I really want to shoot like a short film music video for one of my punk rock songs. But I did notice that in like recording the electric guitar, I was picking up some of the raw pick and string noise off the guitar acoustically in the ears of the head mic, and I thought that added like a really kind of cool texture there. So once I get this refined and have a final version of it, we're going to dive deep into this and have some really cool videos in the near future. And of course, we're going to do some other demos because, I've got Locomotive Audio, I got Phoenix Audio, I got an LA2A, a pair of 1176s, I have a bunch of old Rain Symmetric and Ashley EQs. I've got the Clark Technic Third Dimension, Eventide, TK Audio, Drummer, whole bunch of cool stuff to check out. Microphones, pedals, guitars, the whole 9 yards. So we'll get into some more crazy stuff then. You got any questions? You want to see anything with this when I get it refined? Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this. Until the next video, thank you and take care.